Okay, we're back here where I left off last night with Mansa Musa civilization game. Alright, where I left off, that warrior got beat up by the flood, so I got him healed out. I got a scout here. Okay, I was researching writing and a foreign trade going. Let's in the turn, do the next turn here and see what develops. Pedro's moving now. That's when he drops down. That's his turn to move. So he moved the scout, and there's the Chinese guy. I forget, was it King Ha Shing or something like that. Okay, now it's my turn. Let's see what's happening here. Well, just like next turn, the warrior healed up a little bit. We got 2 more turns till the settler's done. I guess I'll use him to escort the settler somewhere. I'm gonna go over to where the horses are. That's a strategic resource, which in this Gathering Storm you accumulate strategic resources, which I thought was a cool feature. And iron and those things, that you have to stockpile them. Okay, we'll just do the next turn. Not much. What's my scout doing? Oh, here comes the barbarians. And I see when they get a little exclamation point, that means they know you're there, and they're going to run back to the barbarian camp and report that. And the barbarians will start coming after your city if you don't kill them, so maybe I better send this warrior after them. Now, I did tweak a setting. I noticed when I made the first video that whenever the advisor and the leaders and stuff came on, it sounded very weird on the audio, so I made a little adjustment there to soften that volume up so I can hear it a little bit, but it's not making some evil sound. I'll see what other things. Okay, now we got writing. I researched that, so now I can build a science district. Okay, I got the scout back over there. I got to get him into some new area and explore some more stuff. This guy here, we can do actual combat. Okay, what I do is mouse over it, and you kind of know what's going to happen. In this game, the previous says you never knew what was going to happen, but this one, they pretty much tell you what's going to happen. Usually it happens. So you expected you get beat up pretty bad, and that's what you'd expect, a warrior fighting a scout. Okay, my settler is ready. I guess the thing to do is move on. Now all the red zones are where you cannot build, and the city things are where they recommend you build, and they give you lots of information about that. But you go to the green. There's also gray, which you can build in the gray, but it's not as good of a water supply, so the cities don't grow very well. I think that's too far from the horses to plant near there, but right about there, that advisor, I think that's where I'll probably do that. And look at that a little bit and read what it says when you're. I'm not going to talk about all that, but then look at it and okay, my scout, and then check it out a little bit too. And he's stuck there by that river. You got to go through that. Now, okay, I finished that. The city reduced size to size 1, but it'll grow the next turn. So that's a neat thing with it, and it's still the production stuff. And let's see. This I didn't mention this last night, but they show where the border growth is going to be. Next turn, it'll pop into that wheat, so this city border will go there, and I've already picked up those, but it's not doing me any good until I get a builder out there and start improving these tiles. So I probably need to build. This is about the time to build a builder. Later in the game, I start buying builders like crazy when I do some things. Now this is notifying me about the barbarians right there, and you click on it, it goes right to them. I'll close that out. Okay, now I notice that sometimes these notifications pop up like crazy. But what I learned is you just start paying attention to these things, and it tells you kind of what to do. Okay, I still got production that I need to do. Nothing's going to be produced, so that'll be the next thing there. But I want to research first. Let's see. I still need to get that mining and sailing. Now that I may actually need to get that. That's what the recommended thing is, isn't it? She's usually on the money with a lot of things. Now that allows builders to embark and build the fish thing, so that requires sailing. See right there, that red. So I click that and I'll get that going in 11 turns. Now I can choose the production in that one city I have. Now she's recommending I build a campus. That might not be a bad idea. Let's see, but I said a builder. That's 10 turns, but the campus is only 10 turns. That's pretty good for a district. You get built. Now here, you see here I could do a +2 science from adjacent reef, which is out here somewhere. But so I don't own that tile yet, but I could buy it for 55 gold. And the Mansa Musa, as you see later on, he really gets the gold going. Reminiscent of, if any of you ever played Alpha Centauri, I used to love playing Morgan, the CEO Morgan. He was the money man in that game. But let's see. Okay, so I bought that. Now I can, for 55 gold, and I took it out of there, but I'm getting 5 gold a turn already. So now I can build that campus there. Okay, that's doing pretty crazy graphic thing. I'm trying to do so much stuff for recording this, but it goes a little bit slower than when I run it just to the game itself. Now here we're ready for next turn now. So the campus is being built, 10 turns, and it'll go even faster when the city grows. So we'll hit then turn. So some turns take a lot longer than others, depending on what's going on. Okay, that scout just stayed there, so I'm gonna kill him. Get him out of the way so he doesn't go report to the barbarian camp. I still don't know where that is. Let's see if they did not report where the barbarian camp is, so I can't show that yet. But okay, now I'm kind of doing the dangerous thing here. The settler going unescorted. If a barbarian comes and runs up, they can capture him, and my first settler is all for naught. But what I'll do is scout. Let's see. I had him. I'll send him out here, get him closer to where the settler is, make sure there's nobody out there. And I don't want the fog of war to come up and a barbarian pop out there and eat my lone settler. I really would be in sad shape. I lost time. I had to track him down with a lone warrior. I kind of taking my risk here building a science thing so early and not doing warriors. Some people that play this game all the time say, "What are you doing?" You know. Let's see. Move my warrior down here. And this is okay. Now this guy, it looks like he's gonna make it. You got to take some risks sometimes, and the river doesn't hold him up. Let's move this guy over here and make sure there's nothing coming this way. It looks okay. So right now he's kind of babysitting the one settler, but then I'll send him further out. Okay, then we're ready for next turn. Okay, so here's a city-state moving in. They're no problem yet. They're not suzerain of them, which you'll learn about later on. Watch some other things, but maybe I'll get to be suzerain of them. And suzerain's kind of where you control them, and they're like your ally, so to speak. You can levy soldiers and stuff of that nature. Okay, so everything's cool, right? The focus right now is right here. I'm looking at my town grew. Now my campus is only 4 turns to complete. So once the campus gets up, the science will get boosted up, and I'm already cranking out the science pretty good. Like I mentioned, it's the civics I'm really struggling with in this game, and it's not I chose the king difficulty level just so it wouldn't be overwhelmingly hard. I usually like to play on Emperor. I've not gotten good enough yet to play the highest difficulty, Immortal and Deity. Okay, now we made it to the spot. Let's go ahead and found the city there. Click that button there, and boom, it founds the city. Hopefully the graphics won't go haywire doing this. And we found another city. There's a lot of stuff there to read about. What they're warning about here is that loyalty thing. That came with the first expansion, the Rise and Fall. So loyalty becomes the thing, and what they're talking about there, we've got insufficient amenities too. Yeah, not any amenities going. And the loyalty is this one here, and see they're 100 to 100 and rising, so there's really not going to be any problem here. And that usually is the case in the games I play. Maybe in the really high difficulty levels you get into loyalty problems real quick, but this difficulty doesn't seem to be a problem. Okay, now the scout over there. And the warrior, he's still beat up. He's on it rough here. The warriors usually don't get in this much trouble. Now here, the Great Bath, I could build that there, but the computer loves to build the Great Bath really quick. That's a new wonder in the second expansion. Let's see, I got, it takes a lot longer to build stuff in this city. What in the world's going on here? It must be a real food city or something. Let's check out the production. Yep, working on wheat, and you have 3 food, only 1 production. You get a production in the city center, but so that's only 2 production, and the 3 production total, so they can't build stuff real quick. That's real important to be able to build things. You have to kind of let's do a scout. That's the simplest thing to build. If the number of turns things take really matter in this game. It's a turn-based game, so try to pay attention to that. All right, here we go. The amenity thing. Yeah, I'll get that going on. So. I don't get that warning, but insufficient amenities already. I'm like the palace, the capital gets an amenity right away and keeps them happy. But then I start building other cities and you get into amenity problems. And there's lots of things you can build later on. I've figured out that there's some things later on that really you just build in the cities that keep people happy. You don't have to worry about the amenities so much. They will rebel against you, but I've never had that problem where they rebel because of amenities. I'm sure if you get bad enough, and this city's going to grow too. So it's like I said. Now we got the Pantheon thing going on. Now this is an interesting. People write whole things in forums about what Pantheon to choose. Let's see what and then you could this little button. This is the only time in the whole game you'll get this button, and all these things that now you can read up about this and stuff. But there's I've tried different things. I think I might actually try this God of the Forge this time. so that can give me a quicker ancient and classical military. And that's one of those things that'll go away and be worthless in the end of the game, but it might help me early on. I got this Chinese guy already kind of upset with me, so maybe I'll get that one. Found this paper, and then I can build some. Yeah, I've not done that one in a long time, but that would help me out with military stuff. Okay, so whenever I build you'll notice when I start building troops and stuff, they'll crank out quicker until I get to the middle age, and then they'll get reverted back. Okay, so another thing, the music in this game is real cool. I like that. Oh, and then I found a third city-state. I found two in this turn. And you get the third city-state that boosts that political philosophy, and that's my favorite civic to get early in the game, because that unlocks those other governments that really help out. I'm in love with oligarchy because it gives a big boost to your troops. And now I've discovered Pedro in China, so they play their soundtracks once you've discovered the civs. This is the Brazil music here. We've already heard a little bit of the China music. I love the Mansa Musa. Let's see what these notifications. Okay, the city-states are they give quests, and you can see them up here too. And theirs is like recruit a great scientist. Well, building that campus is the right way to do that already. And Hattusa says in the trade route. Well, I can probably do that. And that's pretty close there. And Mansa Musa is good at trading, as I'll show later. Okay, the Banner Bruni, Hattusa. Now boosted. I boosted mysticism. I didn't pay attention. Now we got a Pantheon founded. I guess that's something you can write about. And here's some of the stuff that's been going on. That was the first turn I did. But these have happened since, and it notified you can export this at the end of your game and have a file to hold on to remember it by next turn the campus is done. So that'll be nice. Wait a minute. Oh, now we're starting to get stuff up here. Brazil added a new expansion. Okay, state warforce. What did that? I wonder how that got boosted. I thought you had to build a builder to do that. Let's see. Now we found okay, this is a friendly one. Yeah, they call those goody huts in Civ 2. still kind of the same thing. You usually get good stuff from them. Some of the Civ games, they have warriors jump out of there and attack you when you found them, but this game seems to give you pretty good stuff. Okay, let's see. There's a notification about the friendly tribe. I got that state workforce. I thought that was build 3 improvements to get that. Let's see. Okay, campus is done now. Usual things, build a library, because the campus doesn't do a whole lot on my science. Now I went to 7, and so I'm getting 7 from Nanny, but only 0.5 from Timbuktu. So my science is all about the capital, and it usually is. Now I did this boost of the Pantheon to for the God of the Forge, so this will come out quick. Let's get another warrior. The warriors are more handy early on, and get slingers to kind of back them up. So you get 5 turns for that. A lot of times I'll start buying troops, but building them is sometimes the thing to do. It gives you more things. If you like having a lot of things to do in a turn, and building a lot of troops lets you do that. But eventually, if you start spitting out too many troops, your unit maintenance starts going down. Now, I don't have any of that. The one thing I liked is that the warriors and slingers are free maintenance, so you don't have to worry about them. But once you start building those expensive troops later on, they start eating a hole in your budget if you don't throw the right card down, which I'll show later. Okay, so I got him over there. There's that banner. Now that's the city-state I need to be putting the emphasis on. That's the trade. That's the gold one. They get here commerce. And see, Mansa Musa, his special district is the Sugba, or I think I pronounced that right. It's a specialized commercial district. He gets to build it really cheap, and then once he's built it, he can upgrade it with faith, which I love, because I can't. A lot of times I don't have much use for faith except for stuff like that. Okay, now we're getting great people, because they showing up because that's the campus I built. So to show up that. Okay. Yeah, the specialized district. Okay. Yeah, she said that one because I got sailing. I researched that. So now with this great people, when she's talking about you hit that, you start producing something. So I'm getting a little bit of points per turn on science, and nobody else is really doing anything. So I'm starting at that before everybody. You can buy people with gold and faith, which gets pretty handy sometimes if you get in a pinch. Okay, here's that goodie head. I found that. They give me 20 faith. That was a pretty bad one to get, actually. Like I said, I don't have much use for faith because I usually get beat out by the AI on great profits and can't found a religion, so I have to kind of find other sources for that. Okay, they give me an hero score, see that boosted my hero score too, so I'm getting close to having enough to avoid a dark age. Now here's 3 turns to the warrior. It's growing slow still, but look at there, Timbuktu is already size 2 and going to hit size 3 before the capital. Choose to research. Let's see. Irrigation might be a good one. I usually do that. I'm still on mining. Nothing to mine though. I could chop trees if I did that, but while we're chopping the trees, I might need to get that. Ship build won't take forever. Archery, that might be astrology. I can actually build a holy site and shrine and stuff. I usually like to have. And there's current. That'll be real useful for him. But I need a trade route. I think I just have to straight up build a. Yeah, I think you get. I still haven't researched the foreign trade. I'm still working on that. I'm used to that happening a lot sooner. So I'll do astrology. Let's see what transpires here. Still haven't seen anything activity going on down here. Still working on that other scout. Now that boost I picked that guy to the forge, it doesn't boost scouts, I don't think. So that they didn't get sped up any with that. Then I start looking around for a third city site. The scout's moving out, and it says the warrior's getting pretty far away. I usually like to keep him a little closer to home, but I do have another one coming. Okay. The delegate. Oh yeah, somebody sent a delegation to each other. He's probably still not going to take mine. Yeah, rejects my offer. I think I sent one to Pedro already, if I remember right from the other game. Yeah, I sent him a delegation to see if he'll declare friendship. Yeah, he did. Okay, so I like doing that. I started figuring out that, yeah, you get that friendly relation, and then they tend to be, keep a lot better relation. They don't get all mad as easy. Okay, I found another scout. I get to the tough ground there.